Paintball is a popular sport in which players try to tag each other with small gelatin capsules filled with paint, fired from an air-powered device called a paint marker. The sport has its roots in equipment used by farmers to mark their cattle, and by loggers to mark trees. In 1981, a small group of friends and a Sports Illustrated writer held the first paintball game in 100 acres of forest. The writer, Bob Jones, published an article about the experience that caught America's interest, and through the next 2 decades, paintball's popularity skyrocketed. It is now recognized as an official sport, with sanctioned fields, both indoor and outdoor, teams, leagues, and even tournaments. It's not only popular in America, though. Paintball is a worldwide phenomenon, enjoyed by everyone from England to Iran. The paintball itself is a small gelatin capsule filled with water-soluble paint, strong enough to be fired from a marker, but fragile enough to burst when it hits a target. Because the paint inside dissolves in water, any hits are easily removed with the help of a washing machine. Paintball can be played outdoors, usually on a large field with a lot of variety in terrain and cover, or indoors, where the action is fast and unrelenting. Thanks to the awesome staff at Warpaint International, right here in Salem, I was able to get right in the middle of the action that an indoor arena provides. How long were you doing paintball?
Paintball, I've been going at that for about 14 years, off and on.
How did you get your start?
Honestly, I walked into Extreme Velocity. It used to be down the street from my house where I was growing up. Talked to the owner and basically never looked back.
I was with a group of about 10, and me and one other guy were crazy enough to just make it our hobby. And after high school, he stopped doing it, and I just continued. So 1 out of 10 made a lifer, I guess.
The paintball community places a huge emphasis on safety. Statistically speaking, paintball is actually one of the safest sports in the world, largely thanks to paintball's #1 rule: always wear eye and face protection. A paintball moves fast enough to bruise unprotected skin, and will do much worse to an unprotected eye. Because of this, every official field requires players to wear eye protection whenever they're on the field. Under no circumstances is a player to remove their mask while playing.
A lot of difficulty is constantly make sure people are following the rules. With paintball guns, make sure they have their barrel socks on, make sure they keep their masks on. It's daily basis. You know, anytime I'm working, I'm constantly having to get after people for not putting their barrel socks on before going off the field, make sure they keep their masks on once the game's been called. So those are a lot of difficulties that you run into as far as the reffing goes.
Beyond being an adrenaline rush, paintball also has a large community element. Large and small fields alike will attract regular players as well as beginners, and most of the time, veterans are willing to impart a bit of their knowledge.
The good part about it is, you know, just in general being there to help out new people. Yesterday, me and my manager had a group of kids come in. None of them have ever held a paintball gun, never played before. And we both went out there and we played with the teams. We were right behind them and we were coaching them. Took multiple shots, but we were out there and we were enjoying the fact that we were getting new people into the sport.
Many of them also have really interesting stories to share.
What is one of the craziest things that's ever happened to you?
Learning that Salem doesn't allow us just to run around in a park with them.
How I got the name Gimli is I was trying out for a paintball team, and I was the shortest guy there. And I told him, well, you guys are gonna outrun me to the firefight. I can't beat you. But when I get there, you'll know it. And so I'm out there, they all split out ahead of me, and I finally get up there, and I ask them, hey, where's the, where are they at? Where's the fire at? Oh, we got a guy over there, etc. So I take and I just lay a 200-round hopper burst on him in 10 seconds. Everybody stops what they're doing, turns around and looks to see what on earth is going on. What's that noise? And they're like, oh, okay. So from now on, we're just gonna call him Gimli. He's a small guy with a big axe.
Craziest thing that ever happened to me was actually a couple years ago. I had a guy, had some guys pinned down at a school bus on the field. Let's be clear. It was, there's a school bus on the field down at the swamp called the Death Twinkie, and I had some guys pinned in there, and I got a little comfortable in my spot, and I felt a barrel come up underneath my arm and poke up through, and he said, "Surrender or die." And I was like, "Dude, you got me!" Like, holy cow, that was it was the creepiest feeling and like so awesome at the same time.